I'd like to go down the Northern Pass Trail.
Okay, cool. So, we're just gonna scoot this way towards the, we're just gonna wander on past the otters again. Keeper's just over here checking on the cranes. Here we go. And now we go into Northern Pass Trail. So, this is where things get a little bit complicated. We can either go down this sort of southern back route and wander our way up the hill that way, or we can come over here and go visit the bears and the moose. Which way would you rather go?
The bears and the moose.
Okay. And then we will, we can, I don't know. If you want to see the split, when we get to the split, we'll come back down this direction, or we will go down the other way. So, over here we have the beavers again. So this is the overlook right up there that we were looking at, in the, opening video for this entire thing. And here we have our moose and our fallow deer. We got a couple of morphs on the fallow deer. I was really happy to get those. So, in your professional opinion, what do you think of the moose?
They don't seem big enough.
Yeah, I kind of got that vibe too. They're enormous. We went up to Alaska for a trip. Want to say last year, and we didn't get to see any real moose, which, probably a blessing. 'Cause like I said in the information video, they're tanks. They're enormous and they're very dangerous. Like this does not keep them in. They can jump that really easily. Yeah, these guys are a little small, but like they were probably twice my height, and I am not short.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're enormous creatures. So, but I don't know. I think these models look about right. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. So that looks pretty good. And then over here we have the fallow deer. It was a toss-up whether or not I was going to add in the fallow deer or the red deer, but I ended up going with these guys. I think they're pretty good. I like their models. They're just cool looking. And they've got the nice swoopy horns. Oh, don't walk through your friend. Why would you do that? Oh goodness. And you know what? Since we're being bad guests, let's wander up here to like top of the map. Is this? Oh goodness! And you had some critiques about my waterfall, by the way. But do you remember any of them?
Well, at the time I was in my physical geology class, and so we were learning about rocks in general, and just it's very steppy.
Yeah. It's a little artificial. I don't know, it was kind of the best I could do, because the other option was to use the water effects and then like try and do the staggered thing downhill. Mm-hmm. And it, like, I've seen it done well, but I did not have confidence that I could do that well, so we didn't do that. But if we come back up the hill, we get another really wonderful view. That's my favorite thing about this park, like by far. Ma'am, how did you... You're fixing to cause problems. Get back down there. Let's not have that. That would have been dangerous. But yeah, just building this zoo, like the sheer amount of elevation and how nice the elevation is like easily my favorite part of the park. Oh yeah, we have Name Me Please. That's never getting changed. I could not think of a name for that, like, entrance. I don't know, but I don't know. I haven't asked you yet. Do you have a particular part of the zoo you like?
I think I like the Mojave Maze area more.
Yay! Cool. Okay. Yeah, it was definitely a lot of fun to build. So over here we have our beavers. they need a shocking amount of space, and they've got some very specific requirements. Like, it's not entirely surprising that you can't house them with any kind of wood border, but I have no idea how far that extends. Like, they haven't chewed up their ramp, but I know that they'll eat through the barriers, like, no problem. Which is another reason why I don't build with the barriers if I can help it. Like, on top of the degrading, and on top of the fact that you have to have the right one, and they don't really look good, like, it's really not difficult for the animals to break through them, and then you have, like, an entire mess on your hands. But yeah, making the fact video for these guys was a ton of fun, because, like, I'd done a lot of research on beavers beforehand, just for, like, the fun of it. And, I was not attempting to exaggerate. Like, if you leave them alone for long enough, they will divert water flow, and that can cascade into an entire continent. Like, it's pretty insane, the craziness that these guys get up to. Oh goodness, they're just being adorable. Look at them having their food. Oh, they're fantastic. Okay, well, shall we move on?
Yeah, see the bears.
Yes, absolutely. So, and the bears, I believe I've already announced this, but they're... Oh, I forgot I did this. This is actually pretty good looking. Okay. Oh, this bridge. This bridge was an absolute freaking nightmare, but it looks so good.
It does look very nice.
Yeah. So...
But you were saying announcing?
Yes, so I already announced the, I think I've already announced Big Bear Bend. So now that this is done, and like well and truly done, both for me and for the channel, our next big campaign is going to be Big Bear Bend, which is why I didn't talk about them in the fact video, like, at all. Because the whole point of Big Bear Bend is we're going to add all of the bears to the zoo, and then we're going to go learn about all those bears. And then on top of that, the zoo is designed that when you go visit it, like, you should at least come out with the impression of, like, you know, what the individual bears are like, how to live with them, what they eat, all kinds of things. So that's sort of the goal for the next video. Or the next video series, rather. So I'm very excited for it. But yeah, we have our grizzly bears over here. Which, I don't know, you lived north for a long time. Did you ever actually see any grizzly bears while you were up there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dang. So, how was that experience for you?
I mean, growing up, we had bear safety in school. So, like, if you see a bear, this is what you do. I don't remember it now, but I remember it happening.
Yeah.
But... yeah, we just stayed away from the bears as much as you can.
Yeah. Yeah, and they used to come into town, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And especially when you go hiking, you need to be aware of, like, the fact of there are likely bears around and there are likely moose around, and you just gotta... Generally, while you're hiking, you just gotta make noise and talk and, make your presence known, and usually the wildlife will stay away from you.
Yeah, I don't know, that all seems rather sensible to me, quite frankly. Mm-hmm. I don't need to highlight this deer. There we go. This is a little nod to my aunt. I feel like this is her kind of humor.
Mm-hmm.
So... yeah, we didn't have anything like that growing up, but we did have, we had a lot of gator safety. We had, cougars and puma safety, that was not a lie. We really did have a cougar come visit my daycare. We had, we lived not anywhere near, but in the general area of, if you guys remember Tiger King, the Big Cat Wildlife Rescue Sanctuary,
mm-hmm.
that was our local cat sanctuary.
Wow.
Yeah, and we actually, they actually did a program at my daycare, and they brought a live cougar to our daycare in this, rolling circus cage. I have no other way to describe it. And, he was a happy, healthy boy. He's super cute. He had his bowling ball, and they explained that, Literally, they could not give him anything less sturdy than a bowling ball, and he'd already chewed through 3. Like, they are immense, they're powerful, they're ridiculous creatures. So that was my childhood. So, we are now up on this northern ridge. A little bit of snowfall. I didn't want it to be too snow intensive because, you know, we're in California and San Francisco, and like, I'm sure that they get the occasional little bit of snowfall, but not, like, I imagine that most of this probably has to be artificial. There we go, his fur finally popped in.
Well, that's so cute.
Oh, I know. They're so adorable. This is not like the best exhibit for them from a technical standpoint, but they fit, and therefore they sit. Was literally the only logic here. Because after we got in the new update, I ended up putting something over there. Oh right, I put in the Eurasian lynx as a stand-in for bobcats. That's right. So, but these guys we have like way up north, but I think they're like Canada, right? I don't know. Did Alaska have these guys?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Did you? I don't suppose you ever got to see them, did you?
I was not north enough to see them, but they were. I have seen them in the zoo before, and we learned a lot about foxes and stuff growing up. About like, I still think it's really cool how they change their fur color depending on the season.
Right? Yeah. I wish that they did that in game, but unfortunately we don't get that. We have these 2 morphs. Which, I mean, this guy's super cute as well. I like him. Yeah, I'm gonna need to go up to Alaska, I think, and go visit the zoo, because there's a ton of these animals that I've never actually gotten to see in real life.
I think there's still a tiger at the Alaska Zoo.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's super cool. Okay, so here we are. Once again, we had to take a minor break, because we've been doing this for a little while. So we are down here looking at, are these the Arctic wolves or the timber wolves that I put in? I want to say these are the Arctic ones, yeah? Pretty sure.
I'm sorry, I don't remember.
It's okay, I don't remember either. I know that this was a lot of fun to build just because it was like, just flesh out the natural area, it's not a big deal. Okay, so, at this point we have a choice. Do we want to go down the hill this direction, or do we want to go down the hill this direction?